Welcome to Mary Alice.
What did you do?
We are a Desperate Housewives recap podcast with me, Erin McGee.
And me, Jakub Tansey. Two best friends breaking down each episode until we answer the ultimate question, Mary Alice, what did you do?
Unless, of course, we have finished season 1, in which case, insert new mystery here.
Yes, there's a lot to unpack on Wisteria Lane.
Content warnings can be found in the episode description.
So get comfortable and let's get into this week's episode. Hello.
Hello, everybody. I've got this weird game show voice stuck in my throat that is yearning to escape. Hello.
I love that the star from your Christmas tree, that is the time of year of recording, is directly above your head in the video.
Yeah.
She's a star.
Actually, I didn't want to show anyone my Christmas tree because my Christmas tree is a little bit depressing. We don't have enough lights on it. We were going to get a bigger one this year, but we're moving. So, have I told you we're moving? I don't know if I've ever brought it up.
Oh my God, you're moving. Oh my God.
People are going to think it's a bit and I'm not actually. Hopefully, by the time this episode comes out, I will have almost moved.
So, get ready to hear more about the move next week.
And for at least 2 to 3 weeks after that. Okay. Hello, baby boy. How have you been? It has been a little while.
It has been, I don't think we've recorded in 3 weeks.
Have you missed me?
Yeah, I really have. I really genuinely have.
Oh, I missed you too.
And especially because this is an exceptionally exciting episode.
Yes.
Oh my God, I want to talk about it.
Can I tell you about the description of it?
You can.
So I went to watch it. The episode title is I Wish I Could Forget You. And the description on Disney Plus was Mike and Susan face a crisis in their relationship. When don't they?
So are you sure you didn't read the description of the whole show?
Yeah. Oh, something to talk about. I need to play you the voice notes that you sent me the other night.
I'm genuinely so nervous.
The audio is so bad, but it's worth it for some of these moments. This is my favorite thing. I have looked into, genuinely Googled how to make this my text notification tone. Okay. So that was the first one. I truly thought you'd been hit by a car.
Hey, you know what? I was onto something because I did vomit.
You did vomit. This is the second one.
I literally left a whole glass of wine behind because I was like, I can't. Maybe I'll see you on Sunday. Love you. Bye.
And here we are. On Sunday.
I was getting Rory's to listen to it, and Rory's face was not laughter like mine was. Rory was concerned. Rory's like, is he all right?
I was not. Desperados, this is not the norm.
This is not the norm.
Do not let that paint a picture in your head of what I'm like.
No, that's definitely not what you are like.
And also just don't give me unlimited wine when I'm already drunk to self-pour, because that is a recipe for disaster.
You and I both struggle with ratios.
Yeah.
Yes. But the reason that I enjoy this so much is it's always me who's sending drunk voice notes.
Yeah. But yours are more tame usually.
Yeah,
you're the content of the note is more wild, whereas for me it's the delivery.
Yeah, you sound manic. I sound like, finally, a captive audience. Well, let me tell you some things. In 1995, what have you been up to?
The reason I was drinking so much wine, I went with my friend to a local cafe/event space where there was an EP launch for a local gay artist. So, support your local gay artists, I guess. It was good. There was a little acoustic set and some warm-up acts and a lot of wine, and it was lovely. The singer is Aidan Jones, so if anyone's interested, go listen to that. I've got some of them liked on my Spotify, so...
Does he do heavy metal?
No.
So he's not going... Wah!
I was waiting for it. So I went on that stag do that I was planning that I think I talked about a couple episodes ago.
And then for context, I don't know if we cut this out. I know a lot of people who were on this stag do.
Yes, because people I went to high school with that you also went to high school with.
Yes, I feel like they're secondary characters in my life, obviously
Yes.
not secondary characters in the world, but
That makes sense.
because I was thinking about this recently. Actually, I have a lot of main characters in my life, and I don't think I'm the main character in many people's lives, but I think I'm the Ida Greenberg of a lot of people.
I don't know if I agree with you not being a main character in a lot of people's lives. I don't know about that.
I try and keep myself to myself, and while simultaneously getting involved in everybody's business.
All right, Ida.
But please tell me about this stag do. I'm so excited.
It was great. There was 12 of us total. I knew most of the people. There was 4 people I didn't know or had met once many years ago.
4 wild cards.
Yeah.
But a sweet bunch. You had a sweet bunch of people there.
I always assume that the stag, who I've known since I was 4 years old, that's over a quarter century. I trust his judgment of character and people.
Put it this way, when we were having house parties at my house when we were teenagers, my mum fully trusted all of these boys to stay over, to hang out. She was like, these are sweet little beans.
Truly they were.
Yeah.
I was kind of nervous going into it because I was planning everything and I was like, oh, what activities shall I plan? Is it going to be cringe? Is it going to be too much? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that?
Yeah.
It was all stunning. It was all a great time. We booked a big house in the Lake District, which was actually much better than what the pictures made it look like. So I was very happy with that. And we booked go-karting as our official activity, which was a lot of fun, but it was like an indoor track on essentially a muddy field of horse shit. And so
welcome to marriage.
Yeah.
What is that?
So the carts as a result had zero grip. And so we were sliding all over the place, and that actually made it so funny. So we thoroughly enjoyed that. And then for the main sort of at-home activity, because it did rain most of the time we were there, I created a list of Taskmaster style challenges and split everyone into 2 teams. So it was things like record a video that looks normal when played in reverse, or make a 30-second horror movie, or do your best impersonation of the stag. And there was different difficulties and points. And I think there was a bit of a slow kind of uptake to it initially, because I think everybody's a bit oh, I'm not usually doing this kind of thing. And a lot of the people are quite shy. But I think once we got 1 or 2 tasks out the way, people really got into it.
It's perfect icebreaker. And I think it's rare that you get a chance with your friends to be creative as adults, unless you really manufacture it in terms of I love a crafternoon. I loved candle painting. I love going for pottery stuff. But to sit and kind of just have being silly together time is so nice.
You have to really specifically arrange being silly, which is contrary to being silly, but it is what it is. But it was a great time. We loved it. I had brought my little Apple TV thing so I could cast all the videos to the TV there, and we all watched them together. And there were some other activities, but I think the consensus was that it was a good balance of activities and downtime. And I was very much making sure people are rested. They had time to chill out and just chat and stuff. And I think it went well. Everybody seemed very thankful.
It sounds like you did a great job. Did they give you a review at the end? Did you get 5 stars?
I got a lot of thank yous, and people were very quick to send me any money I asked for. So I was,
to be honest,
that's a win.
That is the biggest win.
That tells me that they had a good time because they felt it was value for money.
Yeah.
One of our friends introduced us to a drinking game, which is very silly, and it involved making a lot of rules.
I love games like that. Is this when you sent me this picture of the stag under the table?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. He was the troll.
Yes.
But someone wrote on the box where we were flipping a coin onto eat egg. That was all they wrote. And someone landed on it. And Erin, what do you think someone did when they landed on it?
Put an entire egg in their mouth.
They put a whole uncooked egg in their mouth and chewed down hard for a long time, and then eventually kind of spat out the bits of shell.
I'm gonna say it now. I hate straight men.
You wouldn't have caught me doing that. I would have been boring as fuck if I landed on that. I would have just said, I'm not doing this. Goodbye. Anyway, that's the stag do chat. I had a lovely time. What's up with you?
I've gotten really into a TV show that I want to tell you about. It's weird. It's called Pluribus. Pluribus is an American post-apocalyptic science fiction television series. The series follows Carol Sturka, an author who finds herself isolated after an alien virus transforms the rest of humanity into a peaceful and content hive mind, which nevertheless seeks to assimilate Carol and other immune individuals.
Okay, maybe I'll check it out.
I'm having an interesting time. The only other thing is, so it's been Christmas, and it's not been Christmas in our timeline yet. But Rory and I don't spend Christmas together, controversial. He goes down to Cumbria and I stay with my mum. And so we have fake Christmas the week before.
Very cute.
So we had fake Christmas. And so I was spoiled rotten. I hope you're ready to hear about presents that you would truly hate, but I'm surviving. So I got a game. I got something called bonbons. What are bonbons? They're like heatless curlers, but so that you can sleep in them properly, they're like little buns.
Okay.
So I'll doing my little Princess Leia in bed. A toweling robe. Jakub, the thing I hate the most on the planet is drying my body after a shower.
Oh, so it's a robe made of towel material.
Yes.
Love.
Yes.
Love.
I got a cute little pair of black heels. They're not quite kitten heels, but they're quite short, so I can march around in them and do my little dancing. I got some perfume, and I got a beanie, which I've already told you about, but it was very significant to me. Just like lots of lovely. He nailed it this year. You know when you're just like 10 out of 10. He did very well.
Very good, very good. I think the only other thing we need to say before we get into this week's episode, finally, we've been recording for like almost 40 minutes.
Do you know what? We needed it.
We did. It's been 3 weeks.
We've all seen each other.
We should have saved half of this chat because we're doing a double record in the next couple times.
I can't wait till next time I see you. I have nothing to say, and I'm like, so Pluribus is about.
we'll make up for this long intro with hello. Okay, get into the recap next time.
Don't write checks we can't cash.
That's true. It's true.
I'll be
think
like,
of shit to
I
say.
saw a bird outside.
But what we do need to say is a massive thank you and shout out to Charlie
and Poppy,
our desperados, who were our first to sign up to our Patreon.
It was very exciting.
It was very exciting. So welcome.
Thank you to anyone who has even had a look at our Patreon page, who has shared it, who has joined. You know, this is very exciting. And it was something that I was very, very reluctant to do. So thank you.
But we did it.
We did it. We're still working out some of the kinks.
Yeah.
We've noticed something. What did you... I'm not the tech one, obviously.
Oh, yes, the tech problem.
Tell them about the iOS, Jakub.
just a little... oh my God, I was going to say PDA. I mean, PSA.
We start making out on the pod.
Just a little PSA. If you want to sign up to our Patreon, don't do it through the iPhone iOS app because there will be an extra 30% charge that Apple just take. It's more expensive there. So sign up on like Chrome or Safari or the Android app or literally anywhere else where we're charging from £3.
We are very grateful for any of your support. However, we don't want to do anybody out of money that they do not need to be charged.
Yeah, we don't get that extra money. So like you can still
Big Apple.
Big Apple. We see you. Give us our money back.
It's like that episode of Friends where she's like, who's FICA? Why does he get all my money?
So you can still use the iOS app to listen and stuff if you're signed up. Just don't pay for it there because you will pay more.
Yeah, we don't want you paying more.
Yeah, but if you also want to shout out early access, yada yada, you know where to find us.
Yes, and if not, we'll find you.
That's right.
Well, we get into this episode. It's called, so it's season 2, episode 6. I Wish I Could Forget You.
Mary Alice voiceover tells us about George's dating history, telling us that he's always been unlucky in love, and we see a montage of women at the end of dates making excuses to not bring George inside.
Been there.
Yeah. And their excuses are less and less original. And it's clear that George is very accustomed to rejection. But I think it's also implying in this moment, again, that he is still a virgin. I think that's kind of like the implication.
Yes, or just sexually inexperienced in some way.
Yeah. And then Mary Alice tells us that all of this changed when he met Bree and that he felt his luck was starting to change. And we see him being invited into Bree's home. Duck Larange is ready for dinner and the kids are away tonight.
Wait, is Andrew still at camp?
I assume so because we haven't seen him since he
haven't
was
seen
shipped off again.
And I would like to add +1 to the death count.
Of the morning bun?
R.I.P. morning bun. Hello, birth of the slutty bun.
The slutty bun does not last long.
No, it does not. And you know what? That's appropriate.
So after dinner, George starts with a delicate stroke of Bree's hair, undoes her slutty bun before basically throwing himself at her like a horny teen with no tact. And then after making out, very briefly, Bree is feeling a bit sore, a bit itchy, and George says the absolute most horrific thing possible.
It's like he's a lizard.
He says, "Oh, that was my tongue. It extends farther than most. I should have warned you."
He is a lizard.
Vile, vile, vile.
And we worried when we started the season we wouldn't have any reoccurring jokes. It is so vile.
Yeah.
And again, it makes him feel like an alien.
So Bree is like itching and realizes she's breaking out into hives. And
Which spreads in milliseconds.
Yeah, it's very aggressive. And nothing has changed in our home, so she kicks George out, making, as he is the only different thing, and therefore must have caused it.
I truly think it's Rex from Beyond the Grave.
I wouldn't be surprised. So finally, Mary Alice's voiceover tells us that George had to admit, at least this excuse was original.
Snow. Christmas. Sleigh.
Christmas.
That's by far the worst one we've ever done.
Should we do a second take?
Yes.
Right.
Do 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 That was really good, Jakub.
Thank you. That was the Christmas remix.
I was telling Jakub earlier we should do it like Pitch Perfect 2, where we're like do 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 do. Here comes Santa Claus. And I said it as a joke, but I think it's imprinted up. Let's go into Susan's arc. Mary Alice says that little girls dream of big white weddings. And I feel like we're at the point where I seem like the type of gal who would argue against this. However, whilst I was the little girl who did not want dollies and babies, I wanted my special day of looking like a princess.
Hell yeah.
So I related to this. I will say, not all do, but Susan is one of the girls who did, much like myself, and she is adjusting Sophie's wedding dress.
Yeah, I assume she's getting married to Marty, although I don't think it's actually said.
Yeah.
Oh, no, because Marty proposed.
He proposed.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I'm not mad at the dress. I think
it's cute. I like it.
It's cute. It's nicely fitting on Sophie. She looks great in it. Not very keen on the shoulders, but that's by the by. So they're kind of talking about Susan trying it on, and Sophie is hinting very much about Mike and Susan getting married. Mike seems completely unbothered, as usual, reading a magazine. And he's saying, you know, I assume that that's not the dress that you'd wear anyway. So if I see you in it, it's absolutely fine. And Sophie goes, that sounds like a proposal. And Mike's like, yeah, I guess. And he's kind of
so nonchalant.
It feels... I think I'm going to be quite tough on Mike this episode.
I didn't like it. I didn't like that.
I really, really, really didn't like it, especially when it was kind of made like it's made out almost as if it's a chore, and he's kind of just wanting to propose at some point because it's what Susan wants. There's no romance in it, and it's not even in a kind of cheeky like, well, when we do get married, it's not going to be in that dress anyway, right, Susan? It's in a very much like, I'm not bothered, but I'll do it to shut you up.
And it's clear they've not talked about marriage before because of Susan's reaction. And I'm like, this is not the way to raise that.
No.
I get Mike isn't a very like outwardly emotional person, but you can have a conversation with your partner about wanting to get married sincerely. Like, come on.
Exactly. And Oh, I really, really didn't like it. And I also just really, really didn't like how Susan is taking this complete lack of enthusiasm and taking it for the crumbs that it is. Do you know what I mean? I'm like,
Yeah,
you deserve better than that. Especially because Mike, I think I said this in the pilot episode, but we had to cut it because it's so spoilery. Mike Delfino is a proposal slut.
Mm-hmm.
This would be his third proposal. And he's acted like, you know what? I've done it. I've done it once. I'll do it again. It's fine. No, not looking good for Mike and Susan.
Mr. Delfino, we see you.
Yes, not only are you a rubbish detective, but you are a rubbish proposer.
Yeah. So later, another day, perhaps, we see...
It's out in a new outfit.
always, baby.
Yep.
Never wears the same thing twice. So Mary Alice later tells us about how annoying weeds are in suburbia and that no matter how much you try to get rid of them, they always crop back up.
Weeds, another show you recommended to me that I did start watching. I watched one season of it.
And honestly, let's just stop there.
I think I did. I was like, I get it.
And with this, we see Paul doing the gardening, also very nonchalant, much like Mike.
I was very into it though because we had pre-established that this man loved his garden.
He's back at it.
He's back in the habit.
We see Bree and Gabby aghast, watching him from their homes on the phone to each other.
Very
like
cute.
two friends on walkie-talkies, wondering what to do.
It was really, really cute.
It was very cute. Susan arrives home with the groceries and upon seeing Paul, gets the jump scare of her life, dropping everything. And next, a car comes screeching round the corner. Who is it, Erin?
Car in this scene comes screeching around.
It's the Wisteria Lane Fashion Police.
Oh, thank God. Oh. Because here, my note about it was why is everyone getting mad at Paul for committing crimes when Susan's blazer is a crime on its own?
Fucking blazer. Ugh. It is the ugliest, most chaotic, most ill-fitting blazer right now, and it makes me want Paul to bash her in with another blender for even having bought it. However, I do accept that it works thematically to show her discomfort, because clearly it's not fitting properly.
And it should be fitting properly because it's a carpet. It genuinely, when I was thinking about how much you didn't like Bree's kind of Chanel suits because they looked like carpets, I'm like, this is a carpet.
Yeah, here we are.
Il carpeto.
Paul picks up a can of pie filling that rolled over to him, and Susan acts like he's pointing a gun at her.
Yes. She's very, very afraid of Paul at this point.
Eventually, Bree and Gabby run over to get in between Paul and Susan, having called the police. But Gabby kind of hides behind Bree a little, which is a very funny visual. Yeah, I
like that Bree comes in, stands toe to toe with Paul. Mm-hmm. Gabby gives me the vibe of I want to be brave, but I'm not.
Get her, Bree.
Yeah, you get her, Bree.
And then they tell Paul they know he killed Mrs. Huber, to which Paul says, "Yeah. I see you've all turned into Susan while I've been gone." That really cracked me up. I like that a lot.
It's really good. Then we get the police are here. And Ida and Edie are back together.
Ida is out of breath. She is running to the crowd. She is so scared she's going to miss this drama.
And then we have them talking to that woman who has the cat. The neighbor who has the cat that Susan babysat for.
Oh, yeah. What was her name again?
Mrs. Cat.
Okay.
Knowing Desperate Housewives, it's probably like Mrs. Felina. So they're all talking about how close they have been in proximity to Paul. Clearly there's rumor about, and I'm saying rumor. We know it's true, but the rumor has spread and they're all kind of one-upping each other until Edie says, I win. I made out with him.
Which makes me a little sad because I had assumed they fully slept together. But I think Edie would have said that if she had. So to me, that confirms they only made out. And,
maybe some like heavy petting.
Yeah.
But, and you can have a nice time kissing someone.
Yeah.
I think it's important that Edie is still hopping around after Susan ran her over. And she is wearing a really cute outfit and it's black, but her pink bra is peeking through, which matches her cast.
Yes!
And that is the Wisteria Lane Fashion Police.
I have a lot of fashion comments this episode.
Oh, I'm excited to hear them.
I'm not usually deep in it, but this week it got me.
I think you're a 100% person.
Yeah.
When it
all
comes
or
to the
nothing.
fashion.
Once I'll notice one fashion thing, my mind is like switched into that mode.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is me with the episode about key lime.
Yeah.
So eventually, what looks like the entire street come with the policeman to the door of Mike to hear more about this tale of Paul murdering Martha. Paul, meanwhile, is going to I've written maliciously raking his garden while this is happening. And Mike, once again, makes Susan look like an absolute idiot and makes her look ridiculous. He covers for Paul. It is wild. Naturally, Susan is confused and upset. And Edie says, I'm just going to say it. Susan, what the hell have you been smoking?
This scene when Mike answers the door and you see like the entire neighborhood standing there. Edie, Ida, probably Bob Fisk. They're all there.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Bridesmaids. There's actually two scenes in this episode that reminds me of Bridesmaids, but you know when the main characters are having the sort of climactic fight at the end and
Yes.
they run to another room and then the whole party runs to the other room to
Yes.
keep watching the fight? It reminded me of that.
It reminds me of Gilmore Girls because they have that kind of small town mentality and everybody's always getting in each other's business.
Yeah,
the dream.
but Susan's been telling everyone about the Martha Huber's journal that Mike has, and
And Mike's like, I don't have her journal. I don't even know that woman. I've never met her. I think the woman that I'm talking about proposing to in this episode's crazy. But to be fair, is he just being a really bad detective and he's forgotten all of it?
very plausible. Something else that bothered me in this scene is that Susan did tell Edie about the journals and Dana and everything else in a previous episode last season, and Edie was buying into it then. So it feels like they gave Edie amnesia just so that she could deliver that mediocre dig at Susan at the end there.
Again, the character assassination of
Yeah.
Edie Brett needs to be studied.
It's a bad time.
Especially because if she had said something like, Susan, what the hell have you been smoking? But kind of even loosely made it related to the fact that she was like, I believed you about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
And now you're crazy. Ugh, didn't like it. Didn't like it.
Yeah. So that night, Mike comes home. In the last scene, he excuses himself, saying he has a job to get to, clearly just trying to remove himself from
Mike's
the situation.
going to the cinema and everybody
We all know it.
knows it. The entire street. Ida's like, I'll see you there.
It's the 3:15 showing, don't forget.
I can see Ida rocking an outfit with 3D glasses on, but like the old ones, the white ones with the red and the blue.
Hell yeah. So that night, Mike comes home. He pulls into the driveway with jump scare. Susan has been laying in wait. Mike literally says, "Where did you come from?"
That was really funny. It was like she was like a Jack in the Box or something.
Yeah, he wants to get out of the truck to talk, but Susan literally launches into what she needs to say.
Yeah.
But her frustration kind of quickly unravels when she realizes why Mike lied to the cops. And to be fair, it makes sense.
He puts in a really compelling case.
Yeah, he's still on probation, which he violated when he took Paul out to the desert to kill him. The June desert, yes. And
That
also,
sounds like you're saying the June desert. I would like to see the July desert.
I like to desert in August. He also lied about having Martha's journal because it also talked about Susan burning down Edie's house, which Susan seems to have completely forgotten about. And to be honest, it's kind of insane that Susan didn't piece any of that together after being left for a whole day to think about it. Like, I'm more mad at Mike about the whole proposal thing than I am about this, because I can totally see he was put on the spot and was like, well, I don't want to admit to having taken this man away to kill him, so I'm just going to say I don't know what you're talking about and remove myself. And I think that's fair.
I agree. I'm just mad this is the second time he's let Susan look like an absolute crazy person. But his explanations make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. Well, maybe Susan is thinking more recently about the latest crime she's committed against Edie, so she's forgotten about the previous one.
Can't keep track of all these crimes.
But Mike says he could get, for all of these things, 10 to 15 years in prison, which we know in today's time is exactly the same.
I know that there's something in my notes later where I'm like, oh, Erin better get her calculator out.
Oh, no.
But it wasn't that.
Of course course it was. 'Cause that.
So Mike assures her, though, that he'll make sure Paul won't be staying around on the lane, but that he still wants to find Zach, who Mike assumes will likely show up if he gets wind that Paul is back. And Susan seems less than thrilled as she lies about that being a silver lining.
I really think this episode is sassy men against Susan, because we have Mike being like, what were you doing? Anyway, Susan is under the sink, which doesn't make sense because she's dating the plumber.
Right? It's so bizarre.
It doesn't make sense. And she says, come in. Paul comes in. She's like, what are you doing? And he's going, you literally invited me. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
And that is why he was able to enter the threshold, because he had an invitation.
I think Paul is quite reasonable in this assumption where he says to Susan, I'm looking for Zach. Zach's hid in your house before, and I can see from this missing poster that you've been looking for him. Susan is frantically in her dishes, and he's like, what are you looking for? And she says something like, a knife to slice tomatoes, and Paul picks up a knife and is like, here.
Pointy side out.
Pointy side out. But again, how else would you really hold a knife?
I mean, I think that it's clear Paul is being very innocent, but the editing is very sinister, because he's like getting closer and closer. And
I think because we've had the scene with the can, where every time he steps forward with the can, Susan has the same response. To Paul, it's the same, that he's doing it with the knife, because to him, it's an equal... I don't know, maybe not. I would love to hear what Mark Moses has to say about that scene.
Come on the show, Mark.
Mark, we would love to have you. I will not say one comment about your arms. I will say several. Basically, as Paul gets closer and closer to Susan, she spills all of the beans on where Zach is, on what she did, the fact she gave him the money. And in this moment, Paul flips the knife around, hands it to her, and he's plotting. He is plotting something,
the
sweetie.
fact he flips the knife around in that moment tells me that he knew exactly what he was doing when he was handing her the knife pointy side out. I don't think that was as innocent as with the pie filling.
That's the thing with Paul, though, is he's so duplicitous that I think...
That's a good word. Duplicitous. I love that.
Thank you. But I genuinely don't know with him sometimes. Like, I feel simultaneously that he is the villain and this is his villain moment and he's showing, I'm not here to mess around anymore. I'm going to be really intimidating. I equally feel like he doesn't realize he's a villain in any way.
I think even from now onwards, as the show goes on, from now until the very end, he just gets less and less of a villain.
Yeah. But that's the thing. He's just like, I think season 1, Paul is villain. He is the villain, but he isn't. And that's what I love about this is I feel like the show's hoodwinking us where I'm like, no, he's not the bad guy, but maybe he is, but he's kind of not. And also I love him. But yes, I will definitely be contradicting myself throughout this season on, oh, Paul's clearly a bad guy. Oh, Paul's clearly a sweetheart.
Get used to it.
Get used to it.
So later, Mike approaches Paul to tell him basically that no one wants him there and to, I guess, intimidate him into leaving. However, Paul lets slip about Susan making up a story about sending Zach away. And Mike wants to know exactly what Susan said. This does not bode well for Susan. And we will return to it in our final scene at the end of the episode.
You've also forgotten the most important part.
Gardening tips.
Mike goes over and says, take it easy on that snail poison. I want to know what James Denton thought when he got these scripts with these random lines for Mike to say. I need to know. We've never seen Mike gardening at any point.
But we've also never seen Susan plumbing. So, it's a weird episode.
We've also never seen Susan do the dishes. No, I'm kidding. Let's move on to Lynette. I'm going to tell you something controversial. I'm not on her side in this arc.
Really? Oh my God, am I going to become a Lynette apologist?
I hope so.
Someone has to. Someone has to hold up the mantle. Okay.
So, Lynette is in her team meeting at work and she is being told that she is going to do the main pitch on the same vodka campaign we've been seeing the entire time. Nina decides, I'm going to engage in some mild bullying. and is saying, do not wear the green suit. And then lots of people start making kind of giggly comments to the side about Lynette's work attire in general. They're talking about some materials purposely being made so that if there's spills on it, that she can just wipe it off, split seams, things like that. We get a return of Erin McGee's worst neighbour from a couple of episodes, Stu the babysitter, who's apparently been doing impressions of her in the lunchroom and things like that. It's all so mean.
Yeah, it's clear like everybody's bullying this way. It's not just coming from Nina, although I suspect it started from Nina.
Yes. And, you know, other people are kind of going on. I don't know if it's a mob mentality thing or not.
Or people feel pressured to go along with Nina because she's the boss and she's mean or whatever.
Nina
Nina the Mina.
So the scene made me very sad. And I do understand that any bullying of any kind is really going to get to anybody. So for that reason, I did feel very sorry for Lynette, my gal.
Yeah. Well, in the next episode, the bullying got to her because...
the next episode?
Sorry, the next scene.
Whoa.
Skipping ahead a bit. Lynette is treating herself to a new suit, or 5. So she's at home showing off what is a very beautiful suit to Tom from a few options that she bought for this meeting. It's white, it's stunning, and I think that white is Lynette's color. Because I'm thinking back to the white dress that she wore to the dinner party from hell, 1x3. Yeah, we're on the same page. White is Lynette's color.
We always are on the same page, baby.
Tom is aghast, my word of the day apparently, to see that this one suit of the many she purchased was $900.
Don't worry, I'm typing. I'm typing.
Yeah.
I actually didn't look this up. I think I was probably too excited in the moment. So in today's money, that is $1,496.77.
I am aghast. Genuinely, whoa. I didn't think it'd be that much. She claims that she hasn't bought a new suit in 6 years, but Tom very fairly points out that when he worked, he had to deal with raggedy old suits too, because they can't afford things like that. That's how they afford to live on the lane, take the kids on holidays, etc.
He says that on the bed, there are at least $3,000 worth of clothes that she's sprung in one trip.
Yeah.
Which equates to $4,989.25.
I'd love to spend that much on board games right now. So Lynette eventually does agree with Tom because he is correct. But we'd like a moment to be alone with the suit and say goodbye.
Yes.
Can I just say, Tom looks much better as a scruffy house husband than a tired office worker.
He looks so good, rugged.
And maybe it is because he was wearing kind of raggedy old suits that, like, I love guys in suits, but the suits have to be nice. And that was not the vibe with Tom.
I enjoy a rugged man.
Yeah. I don't usually, so I was surprised. I was watching this episode like, I see you, Tom Scavo.
I see you. But yeah, Lynette tries to do the puppy pout maneuver and it is ineffective. Yeah. But yeah, this got me. I think if she'd done it with one suit.
I don't think her mentality was to keep all the suits ever. I assumed she was buying options and would return some of them, was my assumption.
Okay, that's fair enough. That I'm more on board with.
Yeah. I think that's just my assumption because I can't fathom spending that much on suits.
I had interpreted it as she hadn't bought new suits in 6 years, so she needed to buy a new set of suits.
Interesting.
And that I didn't agree with. I was if she'd gone with one
for the important meetings.
For the important meetings, I would have her back. Also, I do think if you're in a marriage, I cannot believe I'm sticking up for Tom here. I'm going to throw up.
Wow.
It is clear that the cost, which is $5,000, is a lot of money in their marriage. And that is a lot of money to spend without consultation.
Yeah.
I think she should have spoken to him before she had bought anything and communicated why she needed to, communicated what the other people were saying about her. And then they could find a way to kind of maybe meet in the middle. Maybe she would buy a new skirt.
I wonder if, and here we go, the new Lynette apologist. I wonder if like it's the same day. Like she's had that meeting with Nina where she's being bullied and the pitch meeting is the next day. So she's had to buy the suits on the way home because that's the only time she will have before said meeting.
Maybe. Maybe.
Just thinking out loud, brainstorming. Anyway.
Maybe. In the next scene, Lynette comes to the meeting and she is in one of her wash and go suits. She did not get the all black memo. She walks in, sees all the women there in their fancy black suits. Lynette takes one of the fancy new suits from the trunk of her car, changes into it in the bathroom. We've all been there. And Nina comes in. I hate Nina in this scene.
She's such a vile person.
She is so evil and so manipulative. And she does the, wow, my little tiny jokes and comments really got to you, didn't they? Because look at you buying a new suit. And Lynette saying, I've actually always had this suit. It's been in the back of my cupboard. And she's going, you had that suit the entire, yeah, I have.
Yeah. And to be clear, she's like actively trying to like hide the tag in the jacket so she can return it after the meeting.
Yes. So Lynette starts the meeting and Nina clocks one of the tags.
Yeah. Lynette missed the skirt one.
She missed the skirt tag. Nina goes over, rips it off.
Oh, it is quite a gut-wrenching moment because that is literally a $900 rip moment. Oh.
Nina is going to hell and will be kept in Satan's armpit hair because this is so cruel. It's so mean. I felt so sorry for Lynette.
Yeah.
But I knew straight away that the suit was going to get ruined somehow because every television show does this storyline at some point where the kid's like, oh, I can't afford these jeans, but I'll just return them. And then they get paint chucked on them or something.
RIP the Scavels bank balance. They're really going to have to shift around some funds from their various Monzo pots.
Can they sell one of the twins?
Oh, there's an idea.
Or
get it on Vinted.
Get the twins to go on alternate dates to school and say that they're one person.
I love that. Now that's a Desperate Housewives plotline waiting to happen.
No, that's Mary Kate and Ashley movie right there.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that.
No, I mean, it would be.
Okay. So in the next scene, Lynette comes home from work in her now.
Sorry, you know when somebody says something and you take a minute to hear it, did you say that the Scavels have a Monzo pot?
Yeah, I was like, they're going to have to shift around the funds in their Monzo pots to fill this hole.
Okay, guys, again, if it's not obvious, we're still not sponsored by Monzo. What Monzo account, Jakub, do you think each of the housewives has?
Oh, you mean like what tier?
Who's Monzo Flex? Who's Monzo Joint? Who's...
I mean, Gabby and Bree are definitely the premium one. Mm-hmm. And then Susan and Lynette are the free ones.
I can't see Bree on Monzo. I can see Bree being very committed to a high street bank.
Oh, okay. I just assumed you meant like if they were in Monzo.
I did, but now I've changed my mind.
Okay.
I asked a question and you had an answer straight away. I was like, I'm going to have to throw another curveball at him.
So Lynette comes home. Lynette comes home in her new, now permanently hers, expensive suit. And she's had time to think. She's had time to come up with a game plan to win Tom over. Mm-hmm. Tom is gardening.
Well, I think he's seen Paul garden outside now. Mike was giving gardening tips and Tom's been feeling a little bit left out. And he's like, I could garden.
Well, I'm just like, he's obviously finished the housework if he's got time for gardening. The kids are playing calmly in the background.
He's doing good.
It's so lovely. And he is very disappointed to see Lynette in this suit.
Yes.
However, Lynette says that they need to treat themselves once in a while. Yeah. It'll make them better parents.
Yeah.
So she takes out of the boot a brand new set of expensive golf clubs for Tom. Carbon fiber shafts, she says, in the most seductive way possible.
Didn't like you doing that. Didn't like that at all.
Did you like Lynette doing it?
I don't like anybody doing it.
Tom tries to resist the allure, but it's too strong. And he caves and he gives one of the clubs a swing and claims to feel like a better parent already. Mission accomplished.
I do agree with the conclusion she's got here. I think she's very lucky that she is a saleswoman and she has found the correct way to sell this to Tom.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm assuming she's returned the other 4 suits.
Yes, I'm going to assume she's returned the other 4.
And I think she is right, and that you do have to treat yourself from time to time. And it really does feel like they never treat themselves. So I'm okay with this.
Yes.
I'm like, that's why I'm so surprised you were coming so hard for Lynette. But I think that was more based on you thinking she was planning to keep all the suits originally.
Yes. The one suit is fine. I don't think a mother wrote this storyline. I'm going to tell you for why. Why on earth is the expensive suit that Lynette's keeping white?
The white one. Because it stands out. That's just for the plot.
They literally said at the beginning that some of her suits have stains on them from the children. Why the white one?
Calling all desperados.
Are you enjoying the pod?
Want to access our episodes early and support Erin and I to keep the show running?
Well, now you can.
Over at patreon.com/modded, you can support the show for as little as £3 a month.
Why, Jakub, that's less than the price of the coffees that keep us coherent during records.
Truly, no joke. You can get a shout out from us here, access episodes a whole day earlier than everyone else, and even get access to occasional bonus watch along episodes.
Ooh.
We're aiming for monthly.
But no pressure. Seriously.
We love you either way.
It's just there if you're looking for a way to show your appreciation and help us keep doing what we do.
Want to support the show for free? Tell a friend.
Tell your mother.
Tell your aunt who you know loves Desperate Housewives.
Tell your therapist.
Tell your ex-boyfriend.
No, do not break no contact. But tell anyone who might enjoy our ramblings.
And leaving a review helps more than you know.
We love you, desperados.
That's patreon.com/modded. MAWDYD.
Now, back to the episode.
We're now going to talk about Gabby and get into such a wild scene. This was insanity. Oh my God.
This was a different show.
Yeah.
This was not our show.
I was like, wait, this isn't like a mid-season finale cliffhanger situation?
This was Grey's Anatomy.
This was Grey's Anatomy, yeah.
Gabby has shown up at the courthouse for Carlos's case. It seems like they are trying to get him either a lesser sentence or out of jail entirely. Slutty Lawyer is there. Slutty Lawyer is upset that she's dressed like she's going to the Oscars because he specifically told her to dress like a sad, pregnant wife. He wanted her to look maternal. Then he says that there's still plenty of time for her to go home and change. And I do not like that he starts getting forceful with her physically and dragging her.
I do love the gold top she's wearing, though. I want to give it that moment to shine, literally.
Oh, it already shines.
It's gorgeous. And her hair's in a nice bun, not the morning kind.
It's a slutty bun. Okay, so that happens. I'm already angry because he takes her very aggressively by the arm. We approach a man called Louis.
I thought it was Lewis.
We approach a man called Lewis. In my version, it was Louis.
Hey, go for it. It does not matter.
There is a man who may or may not be named.
Allegedly called Louis.
You win some, you lose some. Okay, Slutty Lawyer and Gabby approach some guy. He is very upset because he has a woman that he's obsessed with. The Slutty Lawyer got a restraining order on. So Slutty Lawyer got Crystal a restraining order against the man who's either called Louis or Lewis. We don't really know. He's upset. Slutty Lawyer tries to kind of fob him off. And the man gets out a gun and starts shooting. Slutty Lawyer pushes Gabby aside out of the way and has a bulletproof briefcase. There's no other way of describing it. He has this metallic bulletproof briefcase as if this happens to him all the time. Eventually, the man runs out of bullets, throws the gun at Slutty Lawyer, who catches it and walks off. Slutty Lawyer is like, well, you're lucky this isn't loaded or I'd be shooting back at you. A police officer comes out, hears that there's been shooting, sees Slutty Lawyer with a gun, immediately shoots him.
Wow.
Wow.
What a scene. Now, before we move on from that, I simply must discuss a theory that I almost had. First of all, the actor who plays Louis/Lewis. Did you ever watch that TV show that Courtney Cox starred in, Cougar Town?
Yeah.
So he's in that. He's the neighbor of Courtney Cox's character. And he's a treat in that. Love this guy. He is a bald man. And specifically the line that triggers him into shooting is when Slut Lawyer says, he's like, oh, you know, you're creepy. No one likes you. What you call a conversation, the rest of us call harassment. You want a friend? Get a hamster. Get a hamster is what triggers this bald man into shooting. And I, for a period of time when I didn't realize they named this character, thought, did they recast Bob Fisk? Season 2 recast, and I was so sure that was the case, but then I rewatched the episode to do my notes and I was like, oh damn it, they gave him a name.
Hear me out.
Yes.
We know this man probably lives in the area.
Yeah, I think it's a cousin or something.
It could be his brother.
That's what I'm thinking. It's a relation to Bob
And
Fisk.
he
Louis
heard-
Fisk. Louis
Yeah.
or Louis Fisk.
This is what, oh, it's fine. Don't worry, I've got it. Bob Fisk has always been into taxidermy. And this line was so triggering because Louis/Lewis's childhood pet was a hamster. And it was the first thing that Bob Fisk ever taxidermied. You're welcome. I fixed it for you.
I'm broken. That's incredible. That's everything I want you to hear right now.
Get fisked.
Yep. Dinner with the Fisks.
Dinner with the Fisks.
Oh my God.
I think that's the entire plot of the scene. But to be honest, I might have missed something because I think I hallucinated the whole thing.
That's it.
It was a
that's
wild
really it. So in the next scene,
Oh, sorry. I know that you're doing the next scene, but Slut Lawyer is wearing his slightly little glasses again.
we love to see it. We love to see it.
And he loves to see us through his slightly little glasses.
Hell yeah. So we love, I'm just about to say it again. Gabby visits Slut Lawyer in the hospital.
Yes.
Since he saved her life and all. It's been 2 days, we learn, and she's his first visitor. So 2 visuals to note. 1, Slut Lawyer's nips are visible through his bandages. This is 19 minutes into the episode. Do with that information what you will. And 2, all I can think about when I look at Gabby's top is cow udders. Do you know what I mean?
I can't remember what she's wearing.
It's the pink one, and there's like 3 points down the top where there's like a knot tied together. So it's like a line of gaps and just the little bits of material sticking out in 6 different bits, and it's pink, like kind of fleshy colored, and all I can think of is a cow udder when I look at it, and I hate it.
This is the perfect segue into something that I had no plans to talk about on this podcast.
I already did the screenshots. I'm gonna find a picture to show you of it to remind you.
So, when we got our creator Spotify Wrapped,
Yes.
we also got what the top things were that aren't our podcast that all of our top fans were listening to. And for example, we have Down the Rabbit Hole, which is a Playboy Bunny podcast. Great. But number 2 is Morning Glory Milking Farm by CM Niscosta. And that is about, hold on. Let me tell you, it's what you think. It's Violet is a typical down-on-her-luck millennial, mid-20s, overeducated and drowning in debt on the verge of moving in her parents' basement. When a lifeline appears in the form of a very unconventional job in neighbouring Cambric Creek, she has no choice but to grab at it with both hands. Morning Glory Milking Farm offers full-time hours, full benefits, and generous pay with no experience needed. There's only one catch. The clientele is a grade A certified prime beef with the manly meaty endowments to match. Milking minotaurs isn't something Violet ever considered as a career option, but she's determined to turn the opportunity into a reversal of fortune. When a stern, deep-voiced client begins to specially request her for his milking sessions, maintaining her professionalism and keeping him out of her dreams is easier said than done. Now, if you were the desperado or one of the many desperados who listens to the podcast on Spotify and has listened to Morning Glory Milking Farm. I need you to tell me, is it worth reading? Because I'll read it.
So
Are you so glad you mentioned the top?
You can reach out to Erin for that. You can find her personal Instagram to do that on. This is the top.
Oh.
Do you see what I mean?
I'm not going to lie, because you said, I feel like I would have got it more if I hadn't heard others first.
Fair.
But that's on me for not remembering the top.
That is on you. So Gabby starts feeding Slut Lawyer.
Right.
I guess under the guise.
From her udders.
Yeah, from her udders. We're on the milking farm. Or whatever it was.
It was the Morning Glory Milking Farm.
So Gabby starts feeding Slut Lawyer, I guess under the guise of sympathy for his lack of visitors and gratitude for saving her. But more than anything, it's giving romantic.
I'm not going to lie. They have a vibe. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I'm sorry. It's a vibe.
And I did not remember the vibe going this far in this show when the plotline with Slut Lawyer started.
I stand by my personal conspiracy theory that they were entertaining the idea of Gabby having another affair. They probably thought it was too unforgivable.
But I now, seeing where the plotline goes, think that this was the plan all along.
Maybe. I think they sometimes put characters together and it's like almost that they have two paths they could go down, and they check the response online and they check the response from people and they check the chemistry, and then they kind of adjust accordingly, because these two have something.
Well, you can choose your own ending.
I ship it.
I think we mostly see a change though from Slut Lawyer. Because he's speaking very sincerely for once. Mm-hmm. And the music is serious and his near-death experience has clearly changed him. So for the next two scenes, and only the next two scenes, I shall be referring to him as Wholesome Lawyer.
I was going to call him Lover Lawyer.
Okay, that's better. That sounds better. We'll go with that, Lover Lawyer.
Lover Lawyer is looking at Gabby in the courtroom, and it's Carlos's hearing. Lover Lawyer is in his arm sling from his bullet wound. Lover Lawyer walks out with his bulletproof briefcase after looking at Gabby saying, I just can't. Gabby chases after him, looking...
Oh, thank you.
Perfect.
This purple suit, spectacular.
Susan could never.
Big improvement on cow udders.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. It fits her perfectly. Purple is stunning on Eva Longoria. Lover Lawyer confesses that he's in love with Gabby. And Gabby is shocked to hear this. He does say to her, I feel like there is something here and I know you feel it too. And she doesn't deny it. I think it's very, very, very odd that we've had multiple instances now where the lawyer has mentioned the chemistry that him and Gabby have, the attraction they have to each other, and she has never once denied it.
I think, given where this plotline ends up this episode, it's the writers trying to almost like just sort of trick the audience, give a bit of a red herring into thinking that things could go that way.
Could she?
Because of the kind of the trap she lays later.
And they do have chemistry.
They do have chemistry, that's for sure. In the next scene, we're back in the prison waiting room.
Thank
been
goodness,
a minute.
I've missed it here. Welcome home.
We will never escape. So Gabby is explaining to Carlos what the situation is. Mm-hmm. However, Carlos is subscribed to a Sexspiracy theory that this was all an elaborate ploy from Gabby so that Carlos would give her the okay to sleep with Lover Lawyer in order to get him back in the courtroom for Carlos. Gabby responds with my quote of the week when she says, "How dare you think that of me? I've been nothing but faithful to you since you've been in here."
And she's right.
Yeah. But this just makes Gabby determined to fix the situation and prove to Carlos her loyalty, I think.
I don't think this should matter, but I'm going to say it again. We are on episode 6 of this season. We knew Gabby was pregnant, I think, in episode 20 of season 1. This woman doesn't have so much as a bump. Not even the tiniest baby bump does this woman have.
Nope.
Yeah, this scene is interesting. I find it particularly funny when this was nearly my quote of the week, and it's so stupid, but Carlos turns to the police guard after he's getting taken away going, I don't have any shanks. Just really enjoyed it. But that was my take on it. I get why Carlos is suspicious. It makes sense.
I think I understand narratively why he's suspicious, but with 6 episodes of him moaning from the jail prison room, I'm kind of over it.
I think you're right in the sense that the writers are kind of setting us up to believe that Gabby is going to have an affair with this man and make us doubt her. And so, of course, we're having Carlos doubt her.
Yeah.
So when we get to the next scene, we're so frustrated. And then we get this like moment of, oh, good.
Yeah.
You're being a good person by doing the bare minimum.
The bar is low.
Yeah. Speaking of that scene, Gabby is at home in the weirdest combination because it's a minging robe, but it's a gorgeous lilac underwear set.
I was going to say, we've got a new addition to the Wisteria Lane lingerie collection.
It's beautiful on her. She is speaking to the lawyer and she's saying that they cannot be together like he wants because she cannot get a divorce. She says, I'm Catholic, hence the guilt. Eventually, she says, I can have an affair with you. We can negotiate that. And he's like, you'll have an affair with me? And she said I was Catholic, not a fanatic.
Yes, she's like, this. It's my way or not at all, basically. So I'm referring to this as the first sex ultimatum of the episode.
Wow, you've gone for the hot and heavy on the puns, and I'm really enjoying it. I don't think you're going to beat Sexspiracy theory, but I can't wait to see if you do. Basically, eventually, she's getting very seductive with him until he goes, oh, screw it, and goes in for the kiss. Gabby then turns it round and says, you see, you don't love me. If you loved me, you wouldn't settle for having this small piece of me. Carlos would never share me, and that is love.
Yeah, Gabby says that Carlos went into a violent rage at the mere thought of her being with anyone else and kind of like almost excuses his hate crime in the name of love. And I'm like, I see your point, but okay.
It's our first indication that Carlos's reaction, despite being violent and despite being intense, is what Gabby in some ways wanted.
She always wanted, I mean, it was the kind of like fiery passion and excitement, I think, that she was missing when he was always just buried in work and not giving her anything at home.
And in a weird way, it's validated this idea to her that he is obsessed with her and loves her. It's not okay, but I am following the brain logic.
Yes. R.I.P. Lover Lawyer. Welcome back, Slut Lawyer. We missed you.
He's now in his slut era because he's single again. I just love his glasses.
Yeah. But in any case, Gabby is ready to sue him for sexual harassment now that he's kissed her if he doesn't show up to court tomorrow. So,
which is also not okay.
Yeah, but we're doing it. And that's Gabby.
And then we have the
most horrendous episode plotline we've had yet.
This is a
genuinely
horror
am tempted to just skip it. I don't want to talk about Bree this week.
This is a horror movie. I
Truly.
feel the entire arc made me feel sick. I don't know how it was received at the time, because what's interesting is we already know that George is a villain. But oh god,
you know what? We had such a long preamble. Let's speedrun it.
We can try.
Let's get it out of our system.
On you go, baby.
Let's vomit it out. So we start with Dr. Goldfine's season 2 debut.
Woo!
Bree's discussing the breakout of hives she got with Goldfine, and he suggests that it's her subconscious mind sabotaging her time with George, as she's maybe still feeling like she's cheating on Rex. Bree thinks that's ludicrous. She doesn't believe in the subconscious, which is kind of a wild statement.
Isn't she a psychology major?
We'll get into that later. However, Goldfine points out that every time Rex has been mentioned, she stroked the space where her wedding ring was. And Bree doesn't have an answer for that.
For the people that don't remember, she doesn't have the wedding ring anymore because she threw it into his grave.
Yes.
Also, Bree looks very hot in this scene.
She
Like
looks hot in this whole episode when
Oh.
she doesn't have hives at any time.
She's even hot with hives.
Well, I'll leave that to you.
In the next scene, Bree is reading a book in bed and gives, I guess, a bit of a booty call to George. She says she wants to check into a romantic hotel with him. And he's obviously very excited. And she says something I love, which is, I will let you make all the arrangements. Something out of town would be nice. Good night.
Yeah, we love confidence. All I said about this scene was that she gave George the 2005 Van de Kamp equivalent of the "you up" text. That's all I put.
But you know it's spicy because she waited to tell everybody until 9 a.m. about Rex's death. And this is late night after hours.
She's also rubbing her finger again at the start of this scene. So I think she's kind of clocking that herself and being like, damn it, Goldfine's right. But then wants to almost like prove him wrong by arranging this with George.
Yeah, I cannot believe this woman who majored, who has a psychology degree, is like, I don't believe in this subconscious.
But I also think that you are your own worst therapist. And that, people are very good at lying to themselves in general.
That sounds like a Mary Alice voiceover.
Yes.
Yes, loved it.
So we get Bree and George.
You really are trying to speed run through
I
this.
really am. So we get Bree and George at the hotel the next day that George has booked after they travel there. They seem in good spirits, but after the hotel staff refers to Bree as Mrs. Williams, that triggers her and sets off another rash. So accepting Goldfine's hypothesis, I think that it's a subconscious reaction to feeling like she's still married to Rex. She apologizes to George, telling him she can't do this, yada, yada. She does eventually agree to stay after George counters with a sort of separate room situation and sticking to wholesome activities. And this calms her and stops her itchiness.
Well, they drove, and I do, again, if this storyline weren't with George and were just with some guy that she was seeing, I would feel very differently about it all. I would even think it was sweet that this guy was like, you know what, we drove 3 hours here. I want you to be comfortable. Let's have different hotel rooms. But this man is a monster.
We know that he's not going to be content with that.
In our next scene, Bree is saying that she wants to go horseback riding and she's wearing this beautiful blue satin blouse, which I love on her.
Classic Bree, I would say.
Yes, they're having lunch together and George is seeing other couples macking and he's getting jealous. He's even,
the return of Mackin.
bring back the Mac. He is saying to her, maybe we shouldn't even hold hands. In case you get your hives. And it feels very manipulative and like purposely withholding affection as punishment, which makes me really uncomfortable. He then is saying she should try and take antihistamines, to which she says she's been drinking alcohol, but she trusts him because she is gullible and because he's a pharmacist. And to be honest, who hasn't had, accidentally a paracetamol and a glass of wine? I know we both have. What happens next is Bree ends up drunk as a skunk because she's mixed her wine with her antihistamines. And the hotel receptionist even is a little bit suspicious as to what is going on here as George takes her up to the room. George takes her shoes off and confesses his love to her, but Bree has conked out. And George takes off his tie and I thought he was going to assault her.
So did I. I mean, that's definitely the implication they're giving, and the music fades to black ominously because she's just passed out on the bed and he looks like he's ready to undress. It's horrendous.
It's horrific.
It's also worth noting, I thought, because you were talking about withholding affection. As soon as Bree agrees to take the antihistamines, he immediately takes her hand. And it's just like, oh.
And it's important to know this woman is so lonely. And she is affection starved. It's so sad. Oh.
Hate it.
Hate it.
However, I think silver lining, which I use in quotation marks, I think it becomes clear in the next scene that he did not assault her when she was unconscious, which gives me some relief. Bree eventually wakes up. She's still dressed, with George sitting on a chair in the room watching her sleep.
He's trying to do like an Edward Cullen.
And it's not working.
No.
On us. It's not working on us. They talk. Bree acknowledges that, she knows what George wants from her, but that she's just not ready and she needs him to be patient. And George starts off nice by saying, I've waited my whole life and for you and I can wait a little bit longer. But essentially gives Bree her second sex ultimatum of the episode. Basically explaining that he can only wait so long and won't be sticking around without a shag is what he's essentially saying. And that And this manipulation guilts Bree into initiating sex with him then and there. And we transition into the aftermath where we see George asleep in bed and Bree on the chair with a look that I think is just regret on her face as she continues to rub the space where her wedding ring used to be.
It's horrific. It is absolutely horrific. It is coercion. It is manipulation. She is saying to him that she isn't ready. And he is not, again, he is using an ultimatum of, I'm not going to give you any affection or any love whatsoever. Also, he threatens to walk out as if, and I don't know if there's like, is he saying he's going to go home and leave her there 3 hours away? I don't know. It's all so icky. And the fact that Bree feels in any way that she needs to sleep with him in order to keep him is just, Jakub, it breaks my heart. It's horrible.
This is the stock of the yikes soup.
And she's such a wonderful character and she is grieving. She is at her peak vulnerable. I also really want to point out that she still has alcohol and drugs in her system at this point. So she can't knowingly to consent to this anyway. So regardless, this is assault, in my opinion.
I ain't arguing. Let's get away from that. Well, I'm excited for this last scene.
So Mike walks in on Susan and she is in Sophie's wedding dress. And Mike asks if what Paul said is true. And Susan gave Zach the money to go to Utah. And Susan's trying to say, you know, he just kept talking about Julie and I did what I felt like I had to do and I'm really sorry. Sophie is in the corner watching all of this.
At first, Sophie's like, oh my God, he's doing it. He's going to propose.
Which makes it so much worse.
Yeah, but Susan can see the vibe is not that.
Mike storms out, says that they're done. And Susan runs out onto the lane in the wedding dress. We see Lynette observing this. We see Gabby, who was doing yoga on her porch, observing this. And Mike is fully breaking up with her and Susan is sobbing and she is scream sobbing. It is extremely dramatic. He's getting into his car. She is standing in front of it, trying to block him. Bree sees this as well. And Mike is cold to Susan, but I do get it. He is just, there is nothing going on underneath. He is not giving her an inch of any real feeling. Susan is chasing him and screaming, come back. And it's wild. It's really crazy.
Like in the wedding dress, running right down the middle of the lane after the truck. It's so dramatic.
And we get Susan making eye contact across the way with Paul. And his face is expressionless as well. I don't think you get any sort of satisfaction. You don't get any sort of villainry. It is plain.
I genuinely don't think Paul cares.
I can't read him. Sophie runs out of the house to comfort Susan, and one by one we see each of the women come out to do the same. But R.I.P. Psych.
This is the second scene that reminded me of Bridesmaids when she shits in the street because of the wedding dress. Different vibe, but similar visual. And it just cracked me. It gave me a little bit of a ha in this very intense scene.
It's very intense. And I think to some people it would maybe seem over dramatic. And I do think there's a bit of an argument for that. But the symbolism of it, it's this woman who finally thought she'd got her happy fairy tale ending in this wedding dress, realizing that she's the one that ruined it. Yeah. It's horrible.
Now, here's something I thought was very interesting. The episode ends with a very short one-sentence Mary Alice voiceover. It's kind of blunt.
Yeah.
Telling us again that every little girl dreams of a big wedding, but some dreams don't come true. Done. I wonder if Mary Alice from Beyond the Grave is mad at Susan for sending Zach away and is secretly happy that this is happening to her. And so that's like why it's so short and blunt. She was like, I'm just giving the bare minimum to this bitch with this voiceover.
That's really interesting.
Because we always get a long monologue. So I was like, that's it. Genuinely, after the first watch, I was like, wait, did we even have a closing voiceover? So, yeah.
And we always wonder what Mary Alice's perspective is on that, because I do think we get little nods to it. It could be that. It could also be that she's on the lane and she left to comfort Susan too.
Wow. Two very different takes.
It could be. I mean, I don't know what would be. I don't think she would be happy about Susan sending Zach away. I do think she would be from what we know about Mary Alice, understanding of Susan wanting to do anything she could to protect Julie.
Interesting. And that's episode 6, baby.
That's episode 6.
Wow! Who was your worst neighbor?
I think who's the worst neighbor?
Do you want me to start?
Yeah.
So I didn't have one until we were recapping, and then I clocked it. I'm giving it to the hotel manager because I think he clocked that George was up to very devious behavior.
Yes.
And just let it slide. And I'm like, no, go further. Do a room call, something. That's not neighborly.
Yes. I agree with you. I think that's a good one. Monster of the week?
I mean, I gave it to George. It was boring, but it must be said. Although shout out to Susan's minging jacket. It was almost the monster of the week. I think once Mike saw that jacket, he was just waiting for an excuse to walk out on Susan.
I think there is an argument to be made for the monster of the week being Nina if it weren't completely overshadowed by George's actions.
Yeah, I agree
or maybe
with that.
her as a worst neighbor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's talk about the husbands.
Yes.
I am once again, I've not written down my rankings. I'm going by vibes. Tom comes out all right in this to me.
I put 7.
I'd put 7.
I think he's fair, but also open to hearing Lynette's side and continues to have things in order in the house and goes as far as gardening. He's upgrading his house husband skills, unlocked a new skill.
Yep, I would give him a 7. I think that is fair. Carlos, 5.
I put 3 originally because I'm just so over his doubt of Gabby, but I do understand it ultimately, so I think 5 is fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what else Carlos does this episode, but he doesn't really do anything.
Yeah, it's got to be 5.
Gotta be 5. Who else is there? Oh, Mike.
This one was tricky. I put 4 because I think he has a right to leave and be mad. And I understand when you're mad at the moment, not wanting to have a discussion then and to want to just remove yourself from the situation and process. But I wish he hadn't been like, we're over in that moment. I wish he'd just stormed out angrily with the intention of talking it out later. And again, the whole stuff at the beginning about the proposal nonchalantly and stuff kind of knocked it down off the 5 for me as well.
He's a 3 to me.
A 3. I'll put it as a 3.
Because he also did the gaslighting in front of the lane. He did the horrible proposal thing at the beginning. I'm not marking him down at all for how he reacted to his Zach information.
See, I'm not marking him down at all for the gaslighting because I think we all understand why he did it.
I understand his motives about it. I think how he went about it was not
But
okay.
he was so on the spot. The whole lane and the police jump scared him.
If this weren't the second time of him doing this,
I just think the first time I was mad because that was something he actively did.
Now it's a pattern.
I don't know. 3 makes a pattern, I think. This is 2. This is a coincidence. Anyway, 3 is fine.
We can give him a 4 if you want.
Let's spice it up with Mike. You know, he's too beige. Next time he does something good, we'll give him a 7. To make up for it.
I am not giving a mediocre man a 7 for the sake of, he was kind of tolerable.
Well, we'll cross that bridge if we come to it.
Yeah.
3 for now will do. We love you guys.
We love you so much. Thank you so much.
We're going to go.
Excuse me. We love you so much. Thank you so much for supporting us. Thank you to all of our patrons. Thank you to everybody who's following us. Thank you to everybody who's left a review. Happy New Year. Stay desperate.
See you next time. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode. Be sure to check out our Instagram for visuals, behind-the-scenes content, and more.
You can find us by searching for Modded, that's MEWDYD.
Or just search for Mary Alice, What Did You Do?
This podcast is brought to you entirely by us, Erin McGee
and Jakub Tanzi. If you're enjoying the show, don't forget to leave us a review. It really helps us out.
Join us next time for another episode of Mary Alice,
What Did You Do?